Booktube. I'm Rebecca, and today I'm doing the book, I'm doing the mid-year book freakout tag. Why was that so goddamn hard? This was created by Earl Grey Books and Read Like Wildfire. They're linked below. I guess the questions change every year. I've actually never done this tag. I stole these questions from Priscilla, so haven't been doing good on the old reading thing. Nico, you have a big fluff ball on your face. Look at his face, sweetie. Little one, that was on your face. Do I smell good? Is it a proper video without Nico at some point? Anyway, yeah, not reading a lot. I've read like 20 something books this year, so like I didn't have a big pool to choose from, but I still wanted to reflect back. I gotta stop drinking coffee. I should go back to wine because I can somehow function and speak better on wine than on coffee. Anyway, I have noticed about myself that every other year I tend to not read as much. I'll have a year where I read 80 something books and then I plummet, and then I read 80 something books and then it plummets again. I don't know why, but this is my pattern, and 2020 is such a plummet. Okay, the first one is the best book you've read so far this year. Part of the reason I'm excited to do this is because I haven't been doing wrap-ups, so I'm not getting to talk about the books that I've been reading this year. I think my favorite book, which is how I prefer to phrase this, but my favorite book I've read so far this year is On Tame Shore by Sylvia Moreno-Garcia. I think I have solidified Sylvia Moreno-Garcia as my favorite author. I don't usually I don't know, having one favorite, but at this point I've absolutely loved everything that I've read by her, and an Instabuy. She's been an Instabuy for a little while now. I have several more books of hers that I have to read. So looking forward to it, but I definitely think she's my favorite. This was her dive into writing a thriller with no fantasy or supernatural elements, and it was so very different for her and just amazing for me. I really loved it. It totally worked. I was so engaged in this story. And yeah, I think it was my favorite this year so far. The next is the best sequel you've read. I didn't think I was going to have one for this because I forgot that at the beginning of the year that I actually was reading a lot of sequels. And I loved Artificial Condition by Martha Wells. This is the second book in the Murderbot diaries. I talked about this in a vlog, I think. Did I? Yeah, wow. Wowee, it was a vlog. Yeah, so, oh god, I love these novellas. I mean, the two that I read. I should read more. Maybe I should just keep going back to novellas this year, and that'll be how I just read fucking anything. Next is a new release you haven't read yet but want to, and going back to Sylvia Moreno-Garcia, Mexican Gothic. I did pre-order this. Did I pre-order it? I think I may have just ordered it the day it came out. My god, why? You know what? Time out. You're not allowed up there anymore. I think I ordered this the day it came out from my local bookstore, and local-ish. I'm in a small town. There's literally not a bookstore in this town. But I got it for curbside pickup, and I'm like waiting for them to call me to tell me that it's available. So excited for it. I can't believe she had 2 books come out this year. We're so fucking blessed. I mean, the rest of the year is... But at least 2 Sylvia Moreno-Garcia books came out this year, y'all. You know, that's something. Little light in the darkness. The fourth question is the most anticipated book for the second half of the year. Petals to the Metal comes out soon, which is the next book in the Adventure Zone graphic novels. I am excited about that, but I think I'm even more excited for Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This was supposed to come out earlier, and it's now coming out in September, I think, and I'm so thrilled, y'all. I'm so thrilled for this book. I cannot wait. I was already thrilled, and then I was like rereading the synopsis, and I somehow forgot or didn't realize that it's going to feature, I think, a romance between a human and a ghost. And we all know I love eating that shit up, so yeah, now I'm extra excited. September can't come here soon enough. Mostly because, fuck summer. I really hate summer. I'm like sweating so much right now. It's terrible. I'm glistening, we'll say. It's a nice little sheen, a little glisten. This is why I let my coffee get cold, because it was too hot. Question 5 is the biggest disappointment. I didn't really have a lot, so my biggest disappointment I still pretty much liked, and I've talked about it already, and it's Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shauna McGuire. This is the second one in the Wayward Children series. I just was disappointed because I loved the first one so much. I was excited to be following like two of my favorite characters from the first book, but it was like a prequel, which is already meh. And then it was just like I already knew it all. Like I knew all this information. So the second half was great. It was pretty interesting, but the first half felt a bit redundant in a novella. So anyway, that was probably the biggest disappointment, but it still wasn't like it wasn't a 2-star read or anything. Like I still really liked it. Next is biggest surprise. And I'm very excited to talk about this. I should actually do some kind of like recent wrap up because I don't want to talk too much about every individual book in this video. But the biggest surprise is Vita Nostra. This is by Marina and Sergei Dyachenko. It's translated by Julia Maytov-Hersey. I did write this all down. I did say it so many times and I was like, I'm gonna need to look at it. This is a fantasy novel involving like a magical school. It is, I think that's all I really knew about it, and I don't even think I remember it that much. So I read this when I was getting myself out of my last slump before I plummeted into a new one, and I was so invested, and I had just, I couldn't even fathom what this was going to end up being about at all. So it was definitely a shock because I didn't know what I was getting into, and then I was still surprised. Really well done. I was a bit disappointed by the ending. I felt like the build-up wasn't worth it in a way, but I still so caught off guard, and I like had to literally rip myself out of the world. Like I was just walking around in a daze when I wasn't reading it. Like, who am I? What am I? What is this? Favorite new author, I'll probably say Shauna Maguire because I hadn't read any Shauna Maguire before, and I just started the Wayward Children series. I'm really liking it. I'm probably gonna pick up middle grade. I'm probably gonna pick up middle grade. My God, I'm probably gonna pick up middle game soonish. I'm supposed to be reading it with Deb, but we're both kind of in a slump. So newest fictional crush. I don't really get a lot of fictional crushes, at least in books. But I would marry Viridiana from Untamed Shore, like tomorrow. I just want to like eat blueberry scones on the couch and watch old movies and braid her hair. Is that too much to ask? She's not real, so yes. Newest favorite character. Oh, right. I would say this was a little hard one to pick, but I'm picking a couple. I love Sid and Babette from Ghost Squad by Claribel A. Ortega. This is such a cute book. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. And I loved all the characters, like genuinely loved all the characters so much. But I love witches, so. And she had a cat named Chunk. Oh, so cute. Next is a book that made you cry. None. No books, honestly. The World has made me cry. The book that made me the saddest was probably The Deep by River Solomon. Oh, so good. This just a really heavy, wonderful novella. I highly recommend it. I think a lot of people have talked about it already. Just gut-wrenching, truly. Okay, a book that made you happy. I've been doing a lot of rereading and all of that has made me happy. But as far as new books, and I've talked about it a lot already, I would say Collateral Damage by Taylor Simmons. Made me so happy. Such a fun comedic novel, delightful, just great friendships, found families, superheroes, snark. Great stuff. Next is your favorite adaptation. I don't think I've read any, honestly. I did recently reread The Disaster Artist and then rewatch the movie, and honestly, like, the movie didn't do it for me as much the first time. Sarah and I, by the way, did a split screen on that. I miss doing split screens so much. They were really fun. I'm gonna link it because I totally forgot that. One, we did it, and two, we dressed like Tommy Wiseau for it. We're great. We haven't really had a chance to, like, be that goofy and weird on our videos anymore, and hopefully soon. I think she's gonna visit for my birthday at the end of the month, and I'd love to just do some bananas ass fucking weird video with her. Favorite video I've done this year, I would say I've done so few, but I just did a writing vlog, and that was like kind of a big deal for me to like talk about all of that and to really open up about what I'm writing about and other books that I've written, and it's hard for me to talk about my ideas and not immediately just shit all over them and myself. So I'm pretty, I don't like saying I'm proud of myself because it's so hard to do. I don't, it's tough, but I'm glad that I did that video. Won't say the word pride, can't, but you know. Next is the most beautiful book that you've bought this year. I think the most beautiful is Slay. This is by Brittany Morris. This book is stunning. Like, can you see like the gold foil? Oh, it's so pretty. The last question is, what do you need to read by the end of the year? Any book that I said in my goals I wanted to read this year, I probably still need to read it. I've read so few. At this point, I would say I really want to read the library books that I got before quarantine and that are still upstairs and that I haven't read yet. I read like half of Remembrance and I was loving it, honestly loving it, and I just stopped reading it and now I'm halfway through and haven't read it in months. I would say I have to read just anything, please. If I could get my goal, because I'm behind it right now and my goal is only 52 books, if I can reach that, I'd be really happy. And I would like to be able to read the books that I got from the library 3.5 months ago before I return them, because boy, would that be really embarrassing. Okay, so that's the mid-year book freakout. Did I say it right that time? Join me next time when what am I gonna do? Oh, maybe I'll do another writing vlog that, I don't know if anyone cares or will watch them, but I'll enjoy doing it.